Hi. Hey, how are you? Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Before I start, I really want to wish my mother a happy birthday. It's her birthday today. And I've talked about it before being 88, but she's actually officially 88 today. So she probably won't be too thrilled about me announcing that, but I hope she's had a wonderful party. She was out partying with her friends earlier, so I don't know if she's back yet watching this, but she can see the replay. I am going to be talking about roles today that define us. But before I get into that, have been watching my weight go up. And so I'm on this great diet and this is not a diet channel, but I wanted to mention I'm on this great diet in which you eat right and exercise, amongst other things. And what I want to know is, those of you out there, what low cal snack you eat. What low cal snack do you recommend? And let me tell you mine. Mine is Chobani vanilla yogurt, the 60-calorie one. And I like to throw in a few blueberries and sometimes, if I'm really feeling good, some granola just to give it a little crunch. But that's my snack. So as you come in, if you want to put your low-cal snack in there, that would be fun. We carry a lot of different roles, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And the roles we carry, we introduce ourselves by them. I mean, think about it a minute. I'm a nurse. I'm so-and-so's wife. I'm so-and-so's mother. I'm the sales manager. We have all these roles and labels we that we wear. And some of them aren't bad. I mean, they're fulfilling wonderful roles. If you're a mother, or if it's wonderful. If you're the sales manager of a television station, that's a wonderful role. And there may be some out there, or sales managers of other companies. But we find ourselves at some point wearing a costume of these roles. And sometimes in wearing that costume, we forget who's underneath the costume. And that can be a little rough when the role disappears. And nobody prepares you for that. Nobody prepares you when the role starts shifting. And it happens when kids grow up, careers change, maybe marriages change, and suddenly your role has changed. You might have been the person who always organized things. You might have been the person who was on top of it all. And now that's gone. And there's a little bit of peace that comes with that. But there's some scariness that comes with that too. For instance, if you have a family and you have children, and suddenly you're in the cereal aisle and you don't have to buy the family size anymore. That could be like gulp. That's a gulp moment. Oh my God, they're gone. And for those of you, I want to be intentional about this, for those of you who don't have children and never had children, that doesn't mean your life hasn't shifted. There are different things that could have happened in your life that took a label off you. For instance, maybe you were laid off. Maybe you're divorced. Maybe you're retired. Maybe you're a caregiver whose job ended. Did anyone else out there feel that shift? Did anyone ever feel the shift in their life that was, maybe it was unexpected, maybe it was expected, and you had to deal with it? I can tell you when my shift came. I had married an older man with adult children, and his son had marital problems, left, and brought his 3-year-old with him to live with us. So my identity went from single to married to mother all at once. That's a lot of labels to leave and take on. So that was a shift that was unknown. I did not realize I was going to be a mother at 42, and even though I had not given birth. And it was a nice job, but it was a total shift for me. And I think for many of us, and many of you out there, there's an identity beyond motherhood that we need to talk about beyond just the shift. There's another identity. For instance, women who have raised children when they launch, there's this feeling of relief, pride, maybe a little annoyance that they're not around anymore. Anyone else feel like that? And that can be difficult. For women without children, you probably navigated a world where you were asked if you have children. Have you heard that? I mean, I remember getting that question. Don't you have children? Are you going to have children? Don't you want children? I remember those questions when I was in my 30s and 40s, mostly 30s, some 20s. That's another label that's put on you. And I would just roll my eyes. I don't know what you did, but I just rolled my eyes about it. I mean, I looked at it this way. They were building an identity for me and handing me the script. And I wasn't going to buy it and shouldn't have had to buy it. Neither you. Can you tell me what is the most unhelpful in transitioning from these labels? Unhelpful thing anyone's ever told you when you were in this transition? For me, I was upset about moving. And I was moving far away from where my home was. And I was told to just deal with it. That's where your job's going to be. Just deal with it. You'll be fine. Well, I would have liked a little more information than that. Just deal with it, you know? But that's what I got. Anyone else have a transition story? Then just deal with it. When you're changing roles, and part of that is when you change jobs or move to a different places, there's a grief that happens about the role you're leaving. At least I thought so. There's a grief that seeps in, and we're masters. We are masters at minimizing grief, aren't we? I mean, we're pretty much, I'll just stay busy. I'll stay busy and everything will be all right. I won't even notice. I won't even notice he's gone if I stay busy. Or, other people have worse problems than me. They have worse problems than me. I shouldn't be upset about this. Well, yeah, you should. If you're leaving something that you always were, your label, your costume, and it's gone, it's been stripped from you, it's grieving time. When a chapter of your life closes, it's time to acknowledge it, name it, go on with it. Hello, Mary. Mary says, hello, Anne. And that is actually the birthday girl. So happy birthday, Mom. Glad you could make it. You done partying with your friends tonight? The kind of grief that comes with this kind of loss isn't always crying. There, my mother says thanks. This kind of grief doesn't always crying. Sometimes it comes out in other ways. You're grieving, you're rearranging the pantry at midnight, or you're baking cookies for the neighborhood when there's no occasion. You just thought you'd pass them out. Signing up for classes that you only show up for one or two. Sometimes it's you're grieving and you're just scrolling Instagram, looking at places to travel to, thinking you're actually going to go. And you never make it, do you? Because it's all part of the grieving process, making yourself busy. You become restless when you're grieving. How does your restlessness show up? How does your grieving show up? For me, when I'm upset or when I grieve in particular, I tend to be angry. Like I'm mad at whatever it was that's making me sad. I don't take it out, I don't think, on people. Maybe I do, but I feel more anger than anything when I'm grieving. So I ferociously do things, furiously, I should say, do things to calm myself down. I'll work out harder at the gym than I normally do, or I'll just dive into my work more. So that's my grieving process, or when I'm restless. When you grieve, all it means is you care deeply. It's a doorway, not a dead end. And on the other side of the door, there's space, I think. I think there's space where you can do the things you want to do now that you didn't do before. There's space to be yourself. There's space to eat dinner at 4 in the afternoon or eat potato chips for breakfast if that's what you want. There's space to take on a new hobby or go out and make new friends. That's that's the other side of the door when you're grieving. It opens up things. It's kind of clear cuts. You know, when you clear cut land, and people don't think about it this way, but you're allowing new growth by doing that. And I don't mean irresponsibly. I mean, after a forest fire, sometimes they'll clear cut and then let everything grow back. And that's what you're doing on the other side of grief, through the doorway. You're letting things grow back. You are not your resume or your relationships. So if you're not the mom and you're not the caregiver and you're not the general manager and you're not the wife, who are you? Who have you become? That question is a terrifying one. What do I do next? Well, I'll tell you, think of it this way. Think of it as a do-over. It's just a do-over in your life. It's a nice blank slate where you can write anything you want and you can do anything you want. It's a do-over. Only this time round, in this chapter, you probably have better skincare, and you probably have better forming shoes that are a lot more comfortable than you were in the old chapter. Think back to when you were 20 or 25, before life got loud. What did that woman love? When you were 20 years old, what did that woman love? What did she do? What did she want to do? What fashion choices did she make? Put it in the chat. What were you when you were 20 years old? Were you excited about life? Were you scared? Did you love a hobby? What were you at 20? At 20, I was in college and I loved to write, and I still do. I still do. But I took a detour from that. I went from loving to write to going into sales for many, many years. And now I've come back to writing. So I started off one way, stopped it for years and years and years, and took on other labels, and then went back to the original thing I wanted and ditched those other labels. So my do-over really was a continuation of when I was younger. Think about this a minute too, with some of these identities, some of these labels, you didn't ask for them. You didn't ask for them. They were assigned to you. And you were told that you weren't the creative type. You were told you're the responsible one. That's why you need to do these things. The oldest child always gets that one. You're the responsible one. You have to set the example. You receive that label pretty early in life. You're selfish. Anyone get that label? That just means they want something more from you. When you're called selfish, they just want some more stuff. Part of the second half is going after labels that actually fit now. The old labels don't fit anymore. Or maybe they never did to begin with. The costume was ill-fitting. And for those old labels, what I would say is ceremoniously put them in the trash. Just get rid of them and move on with your do-over. What label, put in the chat, what label have you had all these years that you're done with? Do you have a label? I can't think of a label that I have. I can't think of anything that was thrust on me other than being mom, the responsible adult or the responsible child, because I was the oldest child, not only of the family, but of the grandchildren. So that's my one label. But I ditched that a long, long time ago. Your identity, when you're tossing these labels aside, you don't need to pick a new one right away. It's not something you figure out all at once. I mean, in your 20s, God bless you, you were all over the place, all over the place. 30s, you were tired, but you were trying. 40s, 50s, 60s, this is our chapter. This is our chapter. This is where we come up with our new labels. And we may not know what they are right away, nor we may not know tomorrow what they are. But you know what? You do know you're able to choose them now. You don't have to worry about somebody else trying to put them on you. And if they do, move on. Don't take that label on. We have all the wisdom of everything before us. Everything we've done in our life, we have in our brains and in our hearts. And from that information, we can move on. We can go on and do anything we want. We can be anything we want. If you had to name the next chapter of your life, what would it be? Put in the chat. If you had to name the next chapter of your life, I would call my next chapter, I'm so excited. You know the song, I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. That one. That song comes to mind. I didn't say put a song in, but that comes to mind for me, in that I'm looking forward to the next chapter of my life. I'm in a good place right now. And when you're in a good place, you can move forward in a good place. If you're not in a good place, then you buckle down and you come up with ways to get to a good place. And I have some videos on that. I will link in the description. But this is a time in our lives where we get to choose where we want to go and what we want to do. That's all you need to say. This is our time. And this is a time to set forth intentions. There's goals, and then there's intentions. Quick distinction between the two. A goal is something you achieve. An intention is something you embody. For instance, a goal might be, I'm going to run a marathon and complete it. That's my goal. I'm going to complete a marathon. Or intention might be, I'm going to move my bodies in ways that doesn't torture me. I intend to not torture myself through exercise. I'm just move in ways that will help me, but not kill me. One is finish line, one is relationship with yourself. A relationship in which you don't hurt yourself. We're doing that second one. Here's some other examples I came up with. This month, I intend to notice what brings me genuine joy without immediately asking it if it's practical. Joy without practicality. That's a good one. This month, I intend to spend a few minutes each day with no role to play, just me existing. What is your intention for the month? Anyone else have an intention for the month? I intend to start thinking about what am I going to do? I intend to start asking what I want before I ask what everyone else needs, which is great for you too. Put yourself first for a change. That's a good intention. You're not who you used to be. There's no way you can be. Life moves forward. It's sort of like the ocean. The ocean changes things constantly. My mom and I were on an island recently, and it was a deserted island. It was out in the middle of a harbor, and there was a lighthouse that used to be in the middle of the island that was now sitting out in the middle of the water. In the middle of the water, because erosion was so bad. Nobody knew that island was going to disappear like that. Just 4 feet of it disappears every year. But the ocean is pretty powerful, and it changes things. I think life is that way too. It erodes on one side and adds sand on the other side. That's how the ocean works. And that's how it works with life. When something gets taken away, something else comes forward. And I think that's labels. I think labels disappear as we go through life, but we take on new ones. The only difference is the new ones are our choice. This person 10, 20, 30 years ago that did a great job. She did a great job. She had a great career. She raised wonderful children. But the new you, she's pretty cool too. So I hope all of you are living well and take care of yourself. I want to say thanks for the chat. Bye-bye.